Modern Country Farmhouse Design, Rustic Garden, and Timeless Decor Ideas. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this presentation on the fascinating world of modern and country farmhouse design, where rustic charm meets timeless elegance, and where architecture, landscaping, and decor work hand in hand to create a lifestyle rooted in comfort, authenticity, and style. Today, I invite you to explore with me the essence of this design movement, one that has captured the imagination of homeowners, designers, and trendsetters across the globe. The farmhouse style is not new, yet its evolution into a modern aesthetic has made it more relevant than ever. At its core, the farmhouse design philosophy embraces practicality, simplicity, and warmth. It is about creating a home that feels inviting, functional, and deeply connected to the natural environment. Over the past few decades, this style has undergone a transformation, blending traditional elements like wood beams, stone walls, and gabled roofs with modern touches such as sleek finishes, open floor plans, and sustainable building materials. In today's fast-paced world where technology dominates nearly every aspect of our lives, people are yearning for something that feels more grounded, authentic, and human. The farmhouse style delivers exactly that. It reminds us of a simpler time, of community gatherings around a long wooden dining table, of fresh air flowing through wide windows, and of gardens filled with seasonal flowers and vegetables. The beauty of the modern farmhouse is its flexibility. It allows us to combine nostalgia with innovation. One can incorporate rustic barn doors next to state-of-the-art kitchen appliances, or pair weathered wooden flooring with minimalist lighting fixtures. This marriage of old and new creates a design language that feels both timeless and fresh. When we speak about architecture, the farmhouse look is defined by several signature elements. Gabled roofs, those classic pitched designs, not only add character, but also provide practical solutions for ventilation and rainwater drainage. Large porches and verandas are a hallmark of farmhouse living, spaces that blur the line between indoors and outdoors, inviting relaxation and conversation. Natural materials such as wood, stone, brick, and metal dominate, creating a palette that feels warm and organic. While modern farmhouses embrace open layouts, they often maintain a sense of balance, rooted in traditional rural homes. Expansive windows are another key element, bringing in abundant natural light and framing views of gardens, fields, or distant hills. Each of these features contributes to an environment where the home feels integrated with its surroundings rather than imposed upon them. No farmhouse design is complete without its garden. Historically, gardens were essential, providing food and herbs for daily living. Today, they continue to play an equally vital role, but are also celebrated for their beauty and serenity. A rustic small garden, thoughtfully designed, becomes an extension of the home's architecture. Stone pathways, weathered fences, and raised garden beds create structure, while climbing vines, flowering shrubs, and ornamental grasses soften the space. The modern twist often lies in the layout, organized zones for entertaining, vegetable gardening, and quiet reflection. Gardens are no longer just functional. They are lifestyle statements where sustainability, beauty, and personal expression coexist. A farmhouse is not just a structure, it is a feeling. Imagine stepping onto a wide porch lined with rocking chairs, hearing the crunch of gravel beneath your feet, and smelling freshly cut grass mingled with the scent of lavender from a nearby garden. This sensory richness is what makes the farmhouse design so appealing. It invites us to slow down, to savor the small moments, and to find peace in spaces that feel both familiar and inspiring. Modern farmhouse design is about storytelling. Each reclaimed beam, each handcrafted tile, and each rustic garden corner speaks of heritage, resilience, and artistry. Yet, paired with modern innovations like smart lighting, energy-efficient systems, and eco-friendly materials, it also tells a story of progress, adaptation, and vision for the future. Broader cultural and social forces also shape farmhouse design today. Sustainability is no longer optional, it is essential. The use of recycled wood, locally sourced stone, and environmentally friendly paints aligns perfectly with the farmhouse ethos of resourcefulness. Personalization has also become a defining feature. Homeowners want spaces that reflect their values and passions. A farmhouse kitchen may feature open shelving filled with family heirlooms, handmade pottery, or freshly preserved jams. Technology, too, finds its place in subtle ways. Smart thermostats, hidden speakers, and advanced security systems blend seamlessly into the rustic environment, providing convenience without disrupting the aesthetic. This balance of rustic charm and modern efficiency makes the farmhouse style especially appealing to younger generations who value both authenticity and innovation. Looking ahead, the farmhouse trend shows no sign of fading. If anything, it is becoming more sophisticated, adaptable, and global. In urban settings, smaller versions of farmhouse-inspired homes bring warmth to tight spaces. In rural landscapes, expansive farmhouses continue to embody tradition while embracing cutting-edge sustainability. Global design communities are interpreting farmhouse style in unique ways. In Europe, French and Scandinavian influences bring muted colors and minimalist lines into rustic textures. In Asia, farmhouse aesthetics adapt to local climates, using bamboo, clay, or stone to create hybrid forms. The farmhouse has become a canvas for cultural expression, transcending borders while maintaining its universal appeal. In this opening section, we have laid the foundation for understanding what makes modern and country farmhouse design so captivating. We've looked at its architectural features, its emotional resonance, and the cultural forces driving its popularity. Next, we will dive deeper into the garden and outdoor living spaces, exploring how rustic small gardens, landscaping choices, and timeless decor trends enhance the farmhouse lifestyle, with strategies, planting ideas, and creative ways to integrate natural beauty with architectural form. When we think about the heart of a farmhouse lifestyle, the outdoor spaces and gardens come immediately to mind. These areas are not only functional, but also emotional landscapes that bring balance, beauty, and meaning to everyday life. The rustic small garden, in particular, has emerged as one of the defining elements of modern and country farmhouse design. It reflects a deep respect for nature, an appreciation for craftsmanship, and a desire to live harmoniously with the environment. A rustic garden thrives on the principle of authenticity. It does not seek perfection, but embraces natural textures, organic growth patterns, and seasonal changes. Worn stone pathways lead the eye to cozy corners, reclaimed wood benches invite reflection, and climbing roses soften the edges of pergolas and fences. Each detail is carefully chosen to feel timeless rather than trendy, and yet together, they create a space that is firmly in line with contemporary aspirations for mindfulness, sustainability, and self-expression. The layout of such a garden often follows a deliberate yet unpretentious design. Instead of rigid symmetry, there is an organic flow between zones. A vegetable patch might sit beside a flower border, and a small orchard could coexist with an outdoor dining space. Raised beds built with reclaimed timber add both function and character. Herbs spill over from terracotta pots near the kitchen door, offering fragrance and flavor with every passing breeze. The result is not just visual beauty, but also practical utility, echoing the traditional farmhouse approach where gardens sustain both the body and the soul. Outdoor living spaces are equally significant. The modern farmhouse often includes expansive porches, patios, or decks that act as transitional zones between indoors and outdoors. These areas are furnished with natural materials: wicker, rattan, wood, or wrought iron, enhanced by cushions and textiles in neutral or earth-toned palettes. The style encourages informality, spaces where people can gather barefoot, where children can play freely, and where evenings are lit with lanterns, fairy lights, or a simple fire pit. A particularly powerful trend is the blending of rustic elements with modern outdoor amenities. For example, an outdoor kitchen clad in weathered stone might house stainless steel appliances and a sleek grill, creating a perfect balance between tradition and innovation. A dining table crafted from reclaimed barnwood can be paired with minimalist metal chairs, reinforcing the dialogue between old and new. Even swimming pools are being reimagined in farmhouse settings, designed with naturalistic edges, stone surrounds, and adjacent wildflower plantings to soften their visual impact. plant choices also carry symbolic and aesthetic weight. In a rustic farmhouse garden, native plants take precedence, both because they thrive naturally and because they require less maintenance and water. Wildflowers, lavender, sunflowers, and ornamental grasses create a tapestry of color and texture that shifts with the seasons. Fruit trees such as apple, pear, or fig provide shade as well as sustenance. Climbers like ivy, wisteria, or honeysuckle add vertical interest, creating shaded nooks or romantic entryways. These choices not only enhance the sensory experience, but also support biodiversity, encouraging pollinators and wildlife to share the space. Sustainability is embedded in the garden ethos. Rainwater harvesting systems, composting areas, and organic gardening practices align with the farmhouse principle of resourcefulness. Raised beds improve soil quality while reducing strain on the gardener's body. Companion planting enhances crop health without the need for synthetic chemicals. Even decorative features often carry sustainable values. Birdhouses, beehives, and insect hotels celebrate the interconnectedness of life, turning the garden into a sanctuary for both humans and nature. Beyond plants and pathways, decor trends in farmhouse gardens emphasize timelessness. Weathered wooden gates, galvanized metal tubs repurposed as planters, and antique lanterns create layers of character. Garden furniture, when carefully chosen, feels like an extension of the home's interior style, bridging the rustic and the refined. Natural fabrics, soft throws, and handcrafted pottery reinforce the tactile, human-centered design philosophy. Unlike fleeting fashion statements, these decor elements are intended to age gracefully, becoming more beautiful with time and use. One cannot overlook the emotional aspect of outdoor spaces in farmhouse design. They are, at their best, places of gathering and memory-making. Imagine a summer evening where family and friends sit around a fire pit, laughter blending with the crackling wood, or a quiet morning where one sips coffee on a porch while watching the garden awaken with birdsong. These experiences are at the core of why rustic gardens hold such universal appeal. They nurture connection, reflection, and joy. At the same time, farmhouse outdoor design acknowledges the future. Homeowners today are integrating advanced irrigation systems, smart lighting, and even solar-powered garden features. These modern touches enhance convenience and efficiency without compromising aesthetics. For example, hidden drip irrigation can keep plants healthy while conserving water, and motion-sensitive lighting can provide security while remaining discreet. This subtle integration of technology allows outdoor spaces to remain true to their rustic roots while meeting the demands of modern living. Global interpretations enrich these spaces further. In Mediterranean contexts, farmhouse gardens incorporate olive trees, lavender hedges, and stone terraces. In colder climates, evergreen shrubs and hardy perennials provide year-round interest. In tropical regions, bamboo, palms, and vibrant blooms bring farmhouse warmth into a different cultural vocabulary. Each interpretation carries the same underlying philosophy: harmony between the home, the land, and the people who inhabit it. Trends are also pointing toward multifunctional gardens. Outdoor spaces are increasingly being designed as flexible environments that can host gatherings, serve as work-from-home zones, or act as personal retreats. Pergolas outfitted with retractable roofs, outdoor offices surrounded by greenery, and wellness corners with yoga decks or hammocks are gaining popularity. These additions resonate with the farmhouse spirit because they celebrate the idea of living in balance between work and rest, tradition and modernity, community and solitude. The role of timeless decor in these outdoor spaces cannot be overstated. Neutral color palettes inspired by nature, shades of beige, cream, olive, and stone, dominate, punctuated by accents of muted blues, terracottas, or deep greens. These hues mirror the surrounding landscape, ensuring a seamless blend between built structures and natural elements. Textures, too, play a critical role. Rough stone, aged wood, woven fibers, and raw metal are layered to create depth and tactile richness. The interplay of these elements makes the garden not just a visual scene, but a complete sensory experience. Outdoor lighting design deserves special mention as well. Rustic lanterns hung from tree branches, fairy lights draped over pergolas, and candles flickering in glass jars bring a magical quality to the night garden. These features are not about excess brightness, but about warmth, intimacy, and atmosphere. They create spaces where people want to linger, where evenings extend naturally into night without losing their charm. As we see, the rustic garden and outdoor spaces are far more than decorative additions to the farmhouse. They are central to its identity, embodying values of sustainability, authenticity, and timeless beauty. They foster experiences that connect us to nature, to community, and to ourselves. They embrace imperfection, encourage creativity, and reward care with abundance. In every stone, every plant, and every piece of furniture, there is a story waiting to be told, one that links the past with the present and the future. This exploration of farmhouse gardens and outdoor living reveals why these spaces are integral to the overall design. They shape the way we live, entertain, and reflect. They elevate a house into a home and turn architecture into a lifestyle. Next, we will turn our attention to the broader decor trends, both inside and outside, that define modern and country farmhouse style, and how these trends are shaping the way we imagine timeless living for the years to come. Inside the farmhouse, decor trends weave together rustic tradition and modern sophistication, creating spaces that feel grounded yet current. The interiors of modern and country farmhouses are not merely backdrops for daily life. They are active participants in shaping mood, rhythm, and identity. By combining timeless design principles with evolving tastes, these spaces achieve a balance between comfort and elegance, making them both functional and deeply personal. The farmhouse interior begins with a palette rooted in nature. Neutral tones dominate: soft whites, warm beiges, gentle grays, and muted earthy shades. These colors reflect light and create a calming backdrop that allows natural textures and handcrafted objects to shine. Layered onto this foundation are accents of deeper hues: navy blues, forest greens, terracotta reds, or even charcoal blacks. These darker notes ground the space and add contrast, giving depth without overwhelming the overall serenity. Textures play a central role in defining farmhouse style. Exposed wooden beams, reclaimed barnwood, stone fireplaces, and brick accent walls bring authenticity and tactile richness. Furniture often showcases natural finishes rather than glossy polish, celebrating imperfections and the story told by every knot or grain. Woven baskets, linen curtains, jute rugs, and hand-thrown pottery provide additional layers of texture that speak of craft, heritage, and human touch. In this way, the decor resists mass-produced sterility and instead embraces uniqueness. Furniture choices reflect the same balance of rustic and modern. Large farmhouse tables, often made of reclaimed wood, serve as focal points for dining rooms, places where families gather, meals are shared, and memories are built. Sofas and armchairs emphasize comfort with overstuffed cushions and durable fabrics, often in linen, cotton, or leather. Open shelving in kitchens featuring heirloom ceramics, copper pots, and glass jars creates a sense of openness and utility. Meanwhile, sleek light fixtures, modern appliances, and minimalist storage solutions ensure that the home remains practical and in tune with contemporary needs. Decor trends also emphasize storytelling. A vintage trunk might double as a coffee table, carrying with it a sense of history. Handcrafted quilts draped over a chair may recall family traditions. Wall art often leans toward landscapes, botanical prints, or abstract interpretations of natural forms, reinforcing the connection between home and environment. Each item has meaning, and together they construct a narrative that is personal, yet universally relatable. Lighting design has become an essential part of farmhouse interiors. Natural light is maximized through expansive windows, skylights, and glass doors, but artificial lighting also plays a crucial role. Pendant lights over kitchen islands, wrought iron chandeliers in dining rooms, and rustic sconces along hallways highlight key areas while contributing to the aesthetic. Edison bulbs, with their warm glow, often make appearances, balancing nostalgia with contemporary design. The interplay of light and shadow emphasizes texture, warmth, and atmosphere, turning even the simplest room into a welcoming haven. As modern farmhouse design evolves, technology finds its way indoors in increasingly seamless ways. Smart thermostats control heating with efficiency, hidden speakers provide surround sound without visual clutter, and integrated home systems manage lighting, security, and entertainment. Importantly, these innovations are hidden within rustic settings, ensuring that the home feels authentic while still offering convenience. The farmhouse becomes a place where tradition and progress coexist harmoniously, each enhancing the other rather than competing. Another growing trend is sustainability. Homeowners are choosing eco-friendly materials, from reclaimed flooring to non-toxic paints and energy-efficient insulation. Vintage furniture is repurposed rather than discarded, and handmade items are favored over mass-produced goods. These choices align with a growing cultural shift toward conscious living, where the home is not only a shelter but also a reflection of ethical values. In this way, the farmhouse serves as both a design style and a lifestyle philosophy rooted in responsibility and care. Decor is not limited to the interiors. Outdoor extensions of the farmhouse, such as porches, patios, and gardens, echo the themes found inside. A wicker sofa with linen cushions on a veranda mirrors the indoor living room. Lanterns hung from beams outdoors match the rustic chandeliers inside. Even color schemes flow seamlessly from room to garden, reinforcing unity between the built environment and the natural landscape. This integration blurs boundaries, making the home feel expansive, coherent, and in harmony with its surroundings. A particularly striking trend is the revival of craftsmanship. Consumers today are increasingly drawn to artisanal goods, hand-carved tables, hand-woven textiles, and pottery with unique glazes. This movement away from generic mass production not only elevates the visual and tactile quality of interiors, but also fosters a sense of connection with makers and traditions. In farmhouse decor, craftsmanship is celebrated as an embodiment of authenticity, patience, and artistry. Timeless decor trends in farmhouses also reveal a fascination with layering eras. A rustic cabinet may sit beneath a modern abstract painting, or a mid-century chair might be paired with a distressed farmhouse desk. This eclectic mix creates visual interest and demonstrates that farmhouse style is not static, but adaptive. The willingness to combine old and new allows homeowners to express individuality, ensuring that no two farmhouses ever feel the same. Cultural variations enrich the farmhouse aesthetic further. In American farmhouses, we see bold wooden accents and large communal spaces reflecting traditions of hospitality. In Scandinavian interpretations, light woods, minimalist lines, and pale colors dominate, evoking calm and simplicity. French farmhouses often feature ornate ironwork, limestone walls, and pastel palettes that combine rusticity with elegance. Across Asia, bamboo, rattan, and clay tiles reinterpret the farmhouse spirit within local contexts. Each variation contributes to the global appeal of this design language, showing how it adapts to different climates, histories, and sensibilities. The emotional dimension of farmhouse decor cannot be overstated. These homes invite intimacy and connection. They encourage people to gather around fireplaces, share stories at dining tables, and rest in bedrooms where natural fabrics and soft lighting promote relaxation. They remind us of continuity, of roots, and of values that transcend passing fads. Even as trends evolve, the farmhouse aesthetic remains anchored in timeless qualities: warmth, authenticity, and balance. Looking toward the future, farmhouse decor will continue to evolve in response to societal changes. The rise of remote work has already influenced design, with farmhouse homes integrating dedicated workspaces that feel both productive and serene. Wellness-oriented spaces, such as meditation corners, reading nooks, and spa-inspired bathrooms, are also gaining traction, reflecting a cultural shift toward holistic living. At the same time, advances in technology will further enhance efficiency, comfort, and sustainability, ensuring that farmhouses remain relevant and aspirational for generations to come. Ultimately, modern and country farmhouse design, with its rustic gardens and timeless decor, is more than a style. It is a philosophy of living. It honors tradition while embracing innovation. It celebrates nature while welcoming progress. It fosters comfort while inspiring beauty. By weaving together architecture, landscaping, and decor, it creates homes that do not simply shelter us, but elevate our daily experiences, reminding us that the true measure of design lies not in appearances alone, but in the way it shapes the lives of those who dwell within.